Losing a child, it's like a constant internal panic attack, and you just in your mind all day, you have these moments of oh my God, how can this be real? Every day you just feel guilty for being here and your child's not here, and it's just the worst pain you could ever imagine in your life.
It isn't just about losing Aaron, you lose so much more as well. You know, your family and friends disappear because they can't walk with you in the grief.
It just feels as if you're in this nightmare that you just think you're going to wake up from. It's just, there is no words. My son Harvey Owen just turned 17. He had his whole life ahead of him, and he was one of the most beautiful people you could ever wish to meet. He lived his life of kindness and love, and he was killed as a young passenger in a novice driver's car.
My son Aaron was killed by a young driver driving at speed. The other 2 passengers were killed as well. You know, I have the image of my son in that car constantly in my head. My son's last message to a friend was, "OMG, please help me." And that was literally seconds, a minute and something before the actual impact.
We were completely unaware that Harvey had any friends that had passed their test or even had lessons. We were the house where all his friends came to. They hung out, they played music. We thought we knew all of his friends, but obviously with starting college, they make new friendships that you're unaware of in the beginning, and this was a new friend he'd just met a couple of months before, and unbeknown to me, set off on a camping trip. Just after setting off, the driver lost control on a rural road, on a bend, and the car ended up in a water-filled ditch. There was a 2-day search, and eventually, obviously, we had the worst news any parent could ever imagine.
I'd like to see a former graduated driving licence come in. You're giving a 17, 18-year-old a dangerous weapon. I very much would like to see that somebody doesn't take any passengers for the first year of driving, and also restrictions on nighttime driving, because that's when a lot of the crashes happen.
Harvey was not a lawbreaker, his friends weren't lawbreakers, and I know that he was just a teenager. He wouldn't listen to his naggy mom who thinks he's just there to, nag him, but he would have listened to the law. If that law was in place and it would have backed up what we say as parents, they would have listened, and Harvey wouldn't have been in that car that day, his friends wouldn't have, they wouldn't have been driving around Wales, with a newly qualified driver, and I truly believe he'd still be here. Everybody thinks when people campaign that it's therapy. It's not therapy for me, it's totally not therapy. Remembering my son, for the loving boy he was, and not associated with road death, that's what's therapy. But actually, we do this because it's not a new idea, it's not a new concept, and we know it works, and so that's why we do what we do.
It's heartbreaking to know that people have been campaigning for decades to get the laws changed in this country to protect all our young people on the roads. If past governments and this government had listened to all the other bereaved families, if they'd taken note of what other countries had done, I know that my son would still be with me today.